Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of this channel, and I'll be taking you on a journey through narcissism, understanding the narcissist, and understanding the narcissist-related disorders. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 69, and the title of episode 69 is The Oncoming Hoover. So, what is the Hoover? Well, those of us who've been through narcissistic abuse know what the Hoover is very well. It's usually a message that comes after a period of time when we have not been in contact with the narcissist, and the narcissist is usually trying to reach out to us in order to engage us again by offering up some form of communication after not communicating with us for some period of time. This can come after a few days with the narcissist if you haven't communicated, a week, a few weeks, a few months. There's all different situations that this can happen under, and whether or not you get a Hoover or not is largely dependent on the dynamic of what's going on with you with that narcissist. If you're involved with them in a romantic relationship and perhaps you've been disengaged temporarily by them, if this is just a friend that you're dealing with and you've had a falling out with them of some situation, all these are factors in how the narcissist reaches out to you and puts a Hoover towards you in order to draw you back into their matrix. How the Hoover comes to be has a lot of different factors to it. If you've known the narcissist for a very long time, they can simply have put you into a disengagement period here, or a shelving period where they're not dealing with you because they're just busy dealing with other appliances or other individuals that they're getting fuel off of and attention. And suddenly, whoever they're dealing with, they may not be dealing with anymore because that person is either caught on to them being a narcissist, doesn't want to deal with their unstable behavior anymore, they're not involved with the narcissist in a romantic way anymore, or they're not involved with the narcissist in a friendship way anymore. There can be many different reasons why the narcissist reaches out. But the one main reason that they do reach out to you is simply because they are not getting the same degree of attention or fuel from whoever is surrounding them anymore in their fuel matrix. This is the one main reason that this does happen with all narcissists. Because once they're not getting enough attention, they seek that attention from you again if they know that you'll grant it to them. Now, if you're in a situation where you've cut off the narcissist because you haven't been offering them the same degree of attention, or you've perhaps become suspicious that you're dealing with a narcissist and you've actually disengaged them, they're a lot less likely to come forward and try to Hoover you unless they themselves aren't convinced that you know exactly what you're dealing with and that they may be a narcissist. So they'll come forward and give you a Hoover and try to draw you in if they feel that you're not really aware of what's going on. But if they are aware, or feel that they're aware that you may have caught on that they're a narcissist, or that they are presenting narcissistic behavior to you, you may not get a Hoover out of them for some period of time, or you may not get a Hoover out of them ever again, depending on the severity of the disengagement with them. For me, with my narcissist, what I did with her back in December of 2020, by outing her to her husband and to the other appliances that were around her, that's considered a very, very serious disengagement that I actually put forth to my narcissist. And because of this, she may actually never engage me again. Although, that can be more rare, because once narcissists have gone a period of time and they've forgotten about whatever trauma you may have caused them, and they actually need fuel off of you for some reason, they may choose to actually re-engage you even if you have done something very severe to them. It all depends on their mindset. It depends on whether the fuel for them is very low around them. If they're losing individuals and they don't have a lot of people to actually get fuel from, they may come forward and try to engage you again to try to get fuel off of you if they think that it's safe for them to do so. So there are many different reasons why the narcissist may re-engage you. These are just a few of them. If you were a romantic partner to the narcissist, there's that much more reason as well too why they may re-engage you, because of course in the process of being an intimate partner to the narcissist, they have other sources of attention that they get from you as well, which includes physical sexual things with you that go on as well with that as well too, or simply things of a romantic nature that they may desire, or other reasons that they may engage you for that particular reason, besides just being physical or having a sex life with you. So there's a whole myriad of different reasons why the narcissist can re-engage you at that particular point. But predominantly the main reason is just that they don't have as much appliances around them at the moment. They're losing appliances, they're losing people around them that they can't derive attention from, and their fuel sources are very low, and this is one of the main reasons why they may pop back into you and actually start to try to pay attention to you again to get some attention back off of you. Now, when they do this, very often the mode of them contacting you, especially if it's been a romantic relationship of that nature, is that they will send you a message that they think that you will pay attention to, and that can be, hey, I haven't heard from you for a really long time. You know, I was thinking about you the other day. I thought I should reach out to you and try to talk to you. Or it can be of a more intense nature where they're like writing you up and going, hey, or calling you and going, hey, you know, I haven't heard from you in a really long time. I kind of miss you. I kind of miss our time together. I miss spending time with you. They could even be saying, you know, hey, they miss you and they love you, or something of that particular nature. Goes on with the narcissist quite readily as well too. It all depends what they feel will work on you and pull you back within their fuel matrix so they can get some attention off you. I have an example of my own narcissist back in early 2019. We had kind of disengaged with each other after me seeing her for the last time in January of 2019, and she hadn't spoken to me for a bit. I didn't really talk to her much for about 2 months. And in the process of me not engaging her, she actually was writing me cyclically every couple of days for almost 2 months. And at that time, I wasn't returning any of her messages at all. And the more that I would ignore her messages, the more intense her messages became with me, till at the end, they were kind of like, I really need to talk to you. I really have to speak to you about something. You know, I have something on my mind. I returned a couple of messages in between, but I made sure that I returned them at times where I knew that she wouldn't actually be on Messenger or any of the messaging services active. So there was kind of a period there where I was trying to like retract away from her and just see what she would do as far as that. I was at this time aware that I might have been dealing with a narcissist, so I was experimenting with her at the time as well, just to see how she would react with me and see if she would make more effort towards me the less that I would actually reach out and speak to her, or if I didn't speak to her at all. And this is exactly what she did. So this went on for about 2 months. I did eventually answer her messages while she was there. She basically told me that she had something really important that she had to speak to me about. And in the end, when we talked together, she basically said to me, you know, I miss you. I miss spending time with you. I haven't seen you in a really long time. I haven't been able to talk to you. You know, and she expressed love to me in those messages, all of which I have in text form, and some of which I presented on the N.A.R.C.N channel before. So she was looking to try to get back in my attention circle at that particular point, and I just, at that point, I decided to talk to her, and I would talk to her a little bit again, but her hoovering has been, or had been, cyclic with me pretty much the entire time that I was involved with her. And this is a great example of her coming back. You know, for everybody, you'll find this with many narcissists, that they will come back with some type of outpouring of love towards you, or outpouring of affection towards you, to get you back into their fuel matrix, because this is what they do to draw you back in, or they use something that they know that will draw you back in to get around them, because of course they've spent a good deal of time before this actually grooming you and training you to be sensitive to the hoovering that they do with you to keep you around, and the things that they use dialectically to keep you enticed and to keep them your attention on them while they're dealing with you. So as I've said before, there's many different reasons why you can get a hoover, and there's many different ways the hoover can come. In this instance, these are just a couple of examples. But that hoover will generally eventually come with a narcissist after a period of time. It can be a few months. It could be 6 months. It could even be longer, up to a year, depending on what's going on with that narcissist at the time. Because as we know from previous N.A.R.C.N videos I've done before, once you're involved with a narcissist, the narcissist mentality is that you belong to them in some capacity forever. You are like their possession. And as long as you're around and it's possible for them to remake contact with you, a Hoover can come for you at just about any time. It could be 3 years after the fact of talking to this person, and if they're low on fuel and they think that you still care for them and you're willing to try to open the door for them to allow a dialogue between you and them, they may come back and attempt to Hoover with you to try to pull you back in, and usually very often it comes with some type of benevolent message towards you, trying to draw you back into their fuel matrix. But Hoovering can come from any source with a narcissist, and for many different reasons. And it's hard to say how long it takes. It's hard to say sometimes if it will ever happen again, because sometimes the narcissist disengages with you, and then they discard you permanently, and you never hear from that narcissist again, either because you've done something very severe with them, or they no longer need you within their fuel matrix because they have enough other fuel going on. Whatever the reason is, the Hoover can come, or it may not. It's very hard to predict what happens with narcissists. Generally, though, narcissists have a cyclic nature, and I've looked this up with scientific study myself, and that scientific study usually dictates that a narcissist's hoovering nature, as far as the cyclic nature of it, usually varies anywhere between 2 months and 6 months for the average narcissist of any level. It doesn't matter if they're lesser, middle, lesser, upper, greater, ultra, or whatever. The cyclic patterns that narcissists use to hoover you back in are all pretty much very similar, except for in some particular instances where something very grave may have occurred with the narcissist and they disengage you for an extended period of time. But largely those saccadic patterns that narcissists actually demonstrate are very similar from narcissist to narcissist, no matter what level they are. So this has been episode 69, just to give you guys an idea of what can happen with hoovering and how that goes on and what technically occurs with hoovering. I'm going to say to you guys, I'm going to have some new N.A.R.C.N episodes coming up too, as well as this one. I hope you guys stay tuned. I'll see you guys really soon. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you in some upcoming episodes.